Wheelwright's back in Lane Wheelwright. And Lane Wheelwright's going to hook up with Jerett right here for a first down on the sideline. Nice play right there. And then it's going to be Wheelwright to Landon Crawford for the long touchdown pass for the Farmers. Farmers in a big winner tonight over Illini West. Let's grab the end zone out there. Farmington winning that ball game for you tonight. We're going to take a quick time out.
No time getting things going. Lane Wheelwright to Carter Landon. Out in space, he gets a couple of blocks. Big game for a first down, and then a few plays later, the Farmers strike gold. Wheelwright uncorks this one down the seam. He connects with Jerett. He marches into the end zone. The Farmers are up 7-0. Bureau Valley would match with a score, but Fowler says, I got this one. He's going to take the kickoff and make a couple of nice moves, and he's gone untouched. The kick return score. Special teams on the board. Farmington reclaims the lead. Farmington wins it 54-6.
Our game of the week, a big rivalry game. You know, a lot of times in a rivalry, they'll say you can throw out the records. But no one wants to throw out the records tonight because they're both undefeated. Farmington arrives in town 4-0. Elmwood Brimfield 4-0. Let's see who's still undefeated. Elmwood Brimfield racing on the field, but that was about the last Trojan highlight of this game. Farmington in control behind Lane Wheelwright to Jack Grunwald. Beautiful spiral. Grunwald's deep and into the end zone for a touchdown. This is an unbelievable combination. Wheelwright to Grunwald. Here's Wheelwright rolling in to make it 12-zip Farmington as he plunges in. Second quarter, though, 80 yards. Lane Wheelwright's going to crank the baseball pitcher with that big arm. And Jack Grunwald's one of the best receivers any class in the state, 1A through 8A. The kid can flat out play. 80 yards for a touchdown right here. Farmington's going to keep it up as Grunwald celebrates that score with a big jump into the arms of his teammate. Logan Utt will score here on the quick pass from Wheelwright. Wheelwright just under 300 yards passing. You're seeing a whole bunch of passing touchdowns. We got one more from Wheelwright. Wheelwright to Landon Crawford. What a night for Farmington. We'll hear from Farmington maybe in the third block of our show, certainly on Friday overtime. But Farmington's 5-0. They didn't win the big rivalry game in a rout. Princeville is 5-0.
Still a lot for us to do.
But you like this team. You think they can knock off some blue bloods?
I think they can knock off anybody they want to knock off if they're focused.
All right. Let's meet four of your seniors right now. We're joined by four terrific seniors on this Farmington team. I'm going to start with Jerett right here. And Jerett Hauser. Jerett, this team has a bunch of seniors and special seniors, don't you? I mean, you guys have played a lot of football together and have kind of grown up winning.
Yeah, I'd say, ever since, 7th grade when they introduced the JFL stuff and we got to the championship there, that was a pretty special moment for us, and I think we've just continued to grow from there as a class.
Carter, how good is this team right now? 40-0 the other week, I think really woke up some eyes. How good is this team right now? How good can you be?
Yeah, we're on a roll right now, and I think as long as we're focused and we put the work in, we can keep it exceeding.
Caden, one of the big guys, and boy, you guys were physical last week against Elmwood Brimfield. You gave Lane time to throw. You throw a shutout on defense. I mean, it's more than just people watch Farmington, they see the passing and all the pretty stuff, but you guys are awfully physical too, aren't you? That's a key, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have to give time to our quarterback and just block, just do our job.
Lane Wheelwright, the quarterback, one of our athletes of the week this week. Lane, when you take over on offense, I mean, it's kind of video game-like, isn't it? I mean, you have so many weapons. I mean, describe what it's like when you're kind of going back to pass and you're kind of surveying the field.
So when you got 4 solid guys, anyone you can throw to, you really not just looking towards one guy, and you can trust your teammates and just throw it to anyone and trust that they're going to make the play for you.
I mean, you feel kind of unstoppable in that sense? I mean, there's guys getting open, and you got a quarterback that can get you the ball. Do you feel kind of unstoppable?
I would say that, any play I know could go for a touchdown, with any of our guys. So it's not just like you have specific plays for specific guys. It's anyone could do it, really. So it's a good feeling.
Carter, how big are the goals? Do you guys talk about the November? Do you talk about making a long run?
We try to focus on the next week so that we
Sure.
win, and
That'll come November, huh?
yeah.
But Caden, I mean, you have a chance to be one of the greatest Farmington teams ever. I mean, don't you feel all that potential's out there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, through the team and everybody, just working hard and just bringing it forth at practice and putting it through on Friday.
Lane, do you talk about that? I mean, the coach kind of mentioned that, Farmington's got the reputation of being great in the regular season and kind of going away in the playoffs. Do you talk about making a run?
Sometimes here and there I talk about it, but I try not to let it get to my head, and try not to get complacent and just keep moving forward for every week, and then just getting better and preparing yourself for November.
Hey, the Farmington Farmers home versus Macomb Friday should be a great game. We'll see some of these guys up next.
How about a battle of state-ranked teams? That's how we'll kick off our small school highlights. 5-0 Farmington versus 5-0 Macomb. Now, Macomb comes to town state-ranked in Class 4A. Farmington, of course, ranked number 2 in Class 2A. The Macomb nickname is the Bombers. They came out bombing. They threw 2 touchdown passes early to put Farmington maybe behind the 8 ball, but the Farmers would rally behind who else are athletes of the week. Lane Wheelwright to Jack Grunwald. Grunwald makes the catch, and then his physicality gets into the end zone. Yes, for the touchdown. Farmington comes back to win a wild one. Farmington a winner. 26-20, they go to 6-0. Elwood Brimfield on the road up in
There's a pair of undefeated teams meeting in Farmington. The Farmers of Farmington and Macomb. That's right. Second-ranked Farmington play the Bombers 5-0 from Macomb, and Macomb had an early 14-0 lead. But here comes Lane Wheelwright finding Jack Grunwald. They torched Elwood Brimfield last week. He's going to break a couple of tackles. He gets into the end zone for the Farmers, and they cut the deficit. Macomb on offense on 4th down. The quarterback's going to try to get it done, but turnover on downs. Good stop by the Farmers defense, and they were pumped after that one. And Wheelwright's going to keep it himself on this carry. He's got open grass all the way to the end zone. Farmington rallies and wins it 26-20 in overtime. They're 6-0. Homecoming in.
Jerett Hauser. He hasn't seen him. He hasn't seen him. Baseball for 1 year, National Honor Society for 1 year, and theater for 1 year. Jerett plans to attend the 4-year university. His father's military high school was donated by the home crowd with all of his friends.
Hold your ones up for free.
received in Class 2A. The Farmers' fighting spirit comes from a senior who counts every day as a blessing. Farmington Farmers senior Jerett Fowler is known as Jet Fowler. You can see that jet-like speed as Fowler makes big play after big play as a Farmers wide receiver. But it's maybe on defense that Jerett makes his biggest impact as a hard-hitting defensive back.
I use my speed to fly around, and I don't take hits very high, but I'll hit you low and make you feel it still.
When you look at him, you'll think he's not that big, he's not probably the most ferocious hitter on the team. Pound for pound, I mean, he's just a nasty player, and I love that about him.
Fowler is a ferocious part of the Farmington football team, and is also a very proud member of another team, the St. Jude's team, after St. Jude's helped save his life as a young boy.
So I was diagnosed with leukemia when I was 3. Battled that till I was about 6.5. So there was times where I know they've told me that they didn't know how much longer I'd have.
From age 3.5 to 7, Jerett and his family made trip after trip to Memphis and the St. Jude Hospital and the local Peoria St. Jude affiliate. Now since age 12, Jerett has been cancer-free, and he's paying it back to St. Jude. His team's Super Jetty fundraising group has raised over $200,000 for the kids of St. Jude.
What they gave me, they gave me the life I have now, so, it's really special. We have the team Super Jetty that raises money each year, getting money to, research.
Jet hopes his athletic play at Farmington can be inspiring to St. Jude patients. His message to those patients?
With the great doctors and the great staff down there, or everywhere, in St. Jude, that, you're never out of it. You can always keep going.
As the playoffs kick off, Jerett Fowler is proudly representing St. Jude and the Farmington Farmers. Jerett and the Farmers open the playoffs Saturday, hosting DMAC.
Class 3A, actually Class 2A, Farmington taking on DMAC 0-0 at halftime, but Farmington gets things going. Lane Wheelwright to Super Jetty. Jerett Fowler for big yards down the sideline. That's going to set up Logan Utt, who will somersault into the end zone. Touchdown Farmington, 0-0 at halftime. Farmers would score 3 second-half touchdowns. Watch Lane Wheelwright, the 360 move here, finds Boston Smith. Nice scoop catch by Boston. Referee says that's good. Farmers win it. They'll host Rockridge next Saturday in the playoffs.
In Class 2A, Farmington and Rockridge in a rock fight, a physical, low-scoring game. Big play right here. Lane Wheelwright to Carter Lambert. Gets behind the defense. Touchdown. It was 7-2 at halftime. Farmington now down 10-7 when Lane Wheelwright scores on the quarterback sneak. And the story of the game, Farmington's defense coming up with turnovers. The game ends on a Super Jetty. Jerett Fowler interception. Farmington wins it 14-10. Farmington is 11-0. How about the Trojan? Farmington's been in the Elite Eight many times, but they have never made it to the state Final Four. They'll chase school history Saturday at Dwight. Last week they beat Rockridge. All-state quarterback Lane Wheelwright, the touchdown pass to Carter Lambert, but defense was the real key. Jerett Fowler's interception ending the final drive as Farmington wins 14-10. Now it's on to Dwight.
Big physical team that wants to keep the ball, and that's scary for offenses like ours and teams like ours. So You blink and the game will be over if we let them hold the ball. I think on the perimeter we have advantages, but I think in the box they definitely have advantages.
I've heard they've got some big linemen and they've got some pretty big backs, but hopefully we can, beat them with our speed and our smarts, and we definitely still have some strength on our team, so hopefully we can match that too.
1 p.m. kick Saturday, Farmington at Dwight. In Class
For the defensive plays of the week, we'll start with Farmington's super jetty, Jerett Fowler. Look at this tackle. Fowler had a fumble recovery, an interception, and a TFL right there for super jetty.
School history. They beat Dwight at their own game. Power running football. Logan up the touchdown. And then it's going to be their all-state quarterback, Lane Wheelwright, to Landon Crawford for a score. Same combination is going to hook up on a big play right here. Lane to Landon. That's going to set up another high-stepping score by Logan Up. Farmington blows out Dwight. They'll come home and play Chicago Christian next week in the Final Four. Leroy is also in the
Farmington on the road at Dwight. Go to the first quarter. It's 4th and goal. Lane Wheelwright hits Landon Crawford over the middle for 6 to make it 14-0 Farmers, and they came out quick today. Second quarter, same score. Logan Hutt takes the handoff, finds a hole, races for the easy touchdown. It's 22-0 at the half, and the scoring barrage continues. Wheelwright, long ball to Dawson Smith. Look at that great catch right there. Kept his feet in. Farmington moving on to the semis. They win 42-7. Class 1A.
Left end by Dylan Crouch across the 30 minutes.
To Class 2A and fear the fork. The Farmington Farmers and their pitchfork are in the Final Four for the first time in school history. The Farmington Farmers planted the seeds for success years ago. And like great farmers, they've worked and worked and worked to now have a historic harvest, their first ever trip to the state Final Four.
I think this is a group that's put the time in. They set the goals from way back when they were freshmen and sophomores and said, this is what we want to do.
We went undefeated as freshmen, undefeated as sophomores, so the hype was always there and we believed in ourselves, and now living it is definitely crazy.
We've been ready since we were freshmen, had big dreams, and I think we're seeing those dreams come to life. It's exciting to think about, but we got to stay focused and ready to go.
The Farmington players will tell you the Farmers are having their best season in school history in large part because of their head coach, who makes every farmer feel like a big part of every win.
He's really good at picking out what you're good at, and he just makes everyone feel accepted, everyone a part of the team, no matter what you do, and that's why so many kids want to come out and play.
He just gets us excited for football and makes everybody love the sport and gets everybody involved.
With a special leader as head coach and a very special senior class, Farmington is in the Final Four for the first time in school history and hungry for more. They will host Chicago Christian Saturday. The winner goes to the state title game. Farmington
Award winner plays in the state football semifinals Saturday, but Farmington's Jerett Fowler is already winning a bigger battle, and that makes us Central Illinois proud. Finishing off his senior year of high school football with the deepest playoff run in Farmington history. And Jerett Fowler is enjoying every minute of it.
I'm proud of myself. I feel like I've been contributing to the team as best I can.
But high school football may not have been on Jerett's mind growing up. He was diagnosed with cancer at a very young age and started making trips to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Leukemia when I was about 3.5, went down to Memphis, continuously. Lived there for I think 6 months at one time. And, it's a struggle and it's a fight, but, the way my life turned out, I wouldn't, change it for anything.
As a child, Jerett started speaking about his St. Jude experiences, helping raise money in the fight against cancer. Team Super Jetty was formed in Farmington, and Jerett became part of the fundraising for St. Jude's.
We'd always have bake sale, first home game, or we'd have kickball, kicking it for the cure, or we had the fishing derby. Now it's the slip and slide's the big thing. We've done a lot, but I think we can continue to do more.
Jerett is cancer-free now, but he says he will continue to help raise funds for the fight against pediatric cancer as long as he can.
It will definitely always be in my life. My name might be on the team, but it's not even for me at this point. It's just for the kids, so whatever can raise their money, even if my name's on it, that's good enough for me.
Farmington hosts Chicago Christian in the state semis on Saturday at 2 o'clock. And we'll have prep basketball highlights for you.
For some rain and snow, though the picture is still rather murky, but something to keep an eye on as we get a little closer to Thanksgiving.
Okay, but for Jerett Fauser and the Farmington Farmers, it's going to be clear for them in their state semifinal matchup on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I covered them quite a bit this year in Farmington. They were one of the couple spots I was at, so great people out there. I will definitely be rooting for them on Saturday. All right.
Finals with a 12-1 record, with a lot of tears, but also a lot of pride for the Farmers.
The game today, we didn't do our jobs the full time, but it's just mainly this team, man. This team was such a good, it was a family. We were a family, and to never play with them again is just the hardest part. But, one loss, what'd we get? 13, 12 wins, so I couldn't ask for any more from these guys, and I'm just so proud of them and, proud of everyone. Love this community, and I just thank them so much.